Hey, my name is Jason Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the astronomical amount of money that the government has made in March from collecting stamp duty. Now, you probably know, unless you live under a rock or you're just not interested in this kind of thing, but on April the 1st, the Labour government increased stamp duty. Well, they didn't increase it. It had a temporary reduction under the Tories, and that expired. They could have extended it, but they decided to let it expire. That meant some big stamp duty jumps for a lot of people. In fact, I've got some examples of people that are paying now £6,000 more in stamp duty. Now, that means that that's an additional cost up front. They've got to add that to the deposit that they've got, and that is going to slow the market down. You see, the market, because of all this stamp duty revenue they collected, or because of the stamp duty holiday expiring, meant that the market was super busy in the first few months. We had 500,000 transactions done in January, February and March, which is a hell of a lot of transactions. To give you an idea how that compares to what we're expecting for the rest of the year, the next 9 months, we only expect 500,000 properties to be sold, and the next quarter, we're expecting it to be especially quiet, according to everyone involved. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how much money they've got and what's going on and what that means for property going forward. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We've got new property content on house prices, interest rates, stamp duty, and investing in property and much, much more. Do subscribe and hit the bell. And let's get some more views on this content by smashing like, tickling like, doing something to the like button. That massively helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I appreciate everybody that does that. So, what's going on? Well, stamp duty's gone up. Not good. And it isn't good. And it really is going to impact house prices for sure. I don't think stamp duty is a really fair tax. And what's interesting is when you listen to any budget, every single budget, you'll see Labour, or it can be the Tories, whoever's in power, every time in the budget, they talk about first-time buyers and how we've got to support first-time buyers and get them on the housing ladder. But this time, this tax is especially hitting first-time buyers really, really hard. So what's going on? Well, let's talk stamp duty. So stamp duty is a brutal tax that you pay when you purchase a property. And in March, just March, not the whole year, just in March, the Treasury collected 1.4 billion with a B. 1.4 billion in March. That's a huge increase. But what does that number mean? Is it a lot more or not? Well, let's look at how much it is up from just February this year, February 2025. So it is up just in a month, 357 million, which is crazy. What a huge increase in just a month. But what about normal times? The property market this time last year, that was fairly slow. We're in a fairly slow period now. So what did they collect in March of 2024? In March of 2024, they collected 544 million. So they pretty much tripled the stamp duty in a month, all because of that deadline. And that really is insane. Now, hopefully they use that wisely, reducing government debt or something like that. Who knows? It often doesn't work out that way, does it? But hopefully that's what happens. Now, the problem though is the stamp duty has gone up so much, it's slowing down the property market. So even though it's higher, the percentage, I think that they're going to collect a significantly less amount of stamp duty. And I reckon when we look at March 2026, I reckon it will be around 500 million. That's what I estimate. I think the market is going to slow down that much. So What does this mean? Well, the brackets have changed significantly. So you didn't have to pay stamp duty on a property up to £250,000 on residential, and that 250k dropped all the way down to 125k. Now that brings into the fact a lot of northern properties didn't pay stamp duty because they were under this £250,000 threshold. So suddenly they've got to do that. Now, what's the difference in the stamp duty on that? Well, it took stamp duty for people buying an average price from £2,000 to £4,500. Now, the next bracket is first-time buyers that I want to talk about, because I think it's ridiculous that they've been hit so hard in this. So first-time buyers could buy a property up to £425,000. Now, if you're outside London or Surrey or Kent or Sussex, you probably think, well, who buys a property that expensive as a first-time buyer? Well, unfortunately in London, that's what you've got to consider because it's that expensive to live there. So the first-time buyer threshold went from 425k down to 300k. So you've got to start paying tax at 300k, not 425 or above. Now in London, the average property is 477k. So what does that mean on a purchase in London? Has that massively increased the stamp duty on that? Well, it has. The stamp duty would have been 2.6k on a purchase before, and now it jumps to 8.8k. That's a massive increase, £6,000. And that's, people have got to find that on top of their deposit, where interest rates are up, where job uncertainty is high. Not really going to help the market for sure. And I think this is something that they're going to have to look at, doing a reduction in the stamp duty again at some point. I think they'll look at it in the budget, maybe at the end of this year, when they've got some real data and they can see, well, actually slowing the property market down means we actually collect less revenue. What do you think about that? Do you think that a slowdown in the market because of stamp duty and other factors like a bad economy, do you think they're going to collect less money, or do you think they're going to be collecting over £1 billion? Let me know in the comments what you think. But this shows that they have made a significant amount of money in the first quarter this year by collecting all of this stamp duty, and hopefully they use it for important stuff, as I said. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. And if you want to learn how to invest in property, we've got a course called The Fundamentals of Property Investing. It will teach you how to source property below market value, how to figure out all the numbers on it, how to refurbish it, and then how to get a high cash flow strategy. Is that serviced accommodation, or is that buy to let, or is it HMO? All of that is taught to you for less than £30. It's a bonkers deal. In the description, you can click on that and grab it. It's a one-time fee. So do that while you're here. Do smash like, do subscribe, and check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.